Teja King.
Eats. Today we are going to be learning how to make chocolate oatmeal no-bake cookies. This is one of my favorite recipes. I usually make it whenever I need to just kind of throw something together really quickly. So let's get started. I've already melted the butter just to kind of get it going. And what you're going to need is you have to do 1 stick of butter. I'm only going to do about half of the recipe because it takes a lot of ingredients, but I'm still going to let you know the full recipe. So you do 1 stick of butter, and you make sure that your oven or your stovetop is on medium heat. Right now I'm just kind of using a crock pot since I don't have a stove. So you'll do 1 stick of butter, and then we have over here, we have 2 cups of sugar in this. And so we're going to add the 2 cups of sugar. And then we do 1 cup of milk. Nope. I'll drop that in there. And then I already have half a cup of peanut butter ready. So I'm going to take a spoon and just spoon that out into there. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Sorry, no, that goes last. The vanilla, that's what I need. The vanilla first. We do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I'm just going to use like a small little tablespoon. And we do the teaspoon, the smaller size, and 2 of those. Okay. And then your peanut butter and your oats go last. So I'm going to go ahead and add cocoa. And this one is going to be 3 tablespoons of cocoa. And let's see, drop that in there. 2 and 3. Okay. Now, basically what we're just going to do is use a plastic, a hard plastic or a wooden spoon, and just mix everything together. And you're going to get it up to the medium heat, and you're going to want to make sure that it starts to boil. And when it starts to boil, you're just going to let that sit for a little while. Now this, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really that great of a baker, and so I prefer just to kind of do things on the stovetop. And when I do that, I like to just kind of make like these cookies all the time because I don't like waiting on the timer, because I have a feeling that I'm probably going to miss the timer and then all the cookies are going to be burnt, and I don't like to make stuff like that. This recipe, you can change the ingredients as much as you like, just because it depends on like how many people you need to feed or how many cookies you want to make. The recipe that I made last night, it made about 40 cookies, and then I made them for Thanksgiving, and I did about 30 cookies. And if you have a big family like mine, you're probably going to need to make a lot so that your family will eat them all. And we're going to let this stir. And you always have to make sure that you keep stirring, because if you don't, then it can like stick to the bottom of the pan and it can burn, and you don't want that to happen. And you always want to make sure that it stays on medium heat, because it's going to make it too hard for them to scoop out. I'm going to get all the cocoa in there. Okay. And this is it's about to start boiling, and so I'm just going to keep stirring it until it starts. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Has this ever happened to you? Or this? And this? Hair Won't Dare would have kept that pesky hair away from your face. With this new technology and design, hair won't dare get in the way of your good time. Try Hair Won't Dare today.
Before the break, I showed you all the ingredients you need, and I put them in here. to make the chocolate oatmeal no-bake cookies. And right now I'm still stirring because you always got to constantly stir. And whenever it starts to boil, what you're going to do is you want to make sure that you let it boil for about 3 to 5 minutes. Of course, I don't have enough time to do that right now, but we're going to let it boil long enough. This way your cookies will come out right. You don't want to overheat it, and you don't want to undercook it, so you kind of just have to time it right. I made them for Thanksgiving, like I said, and when I did that, I let them boil for about 3 minutes. And usually when I make them, I started making these about a couple years ago, and when I started making them, they weren't actually doing it right. They weren't coming out right, and so I had to keep practicing. And so I've made so many of these cookies in my lifetime since I learned how to do it. My mom actually taught me how to do it. She's a really good baker, and so I think she's good at baking, but I'm more good at the stovetop cooking, and I think I kind of get that from her too. Okay, so it looks like it's about to start boiling, and you want to make sure that whenever it actually starts boiling, you have the 1/2 cup of peanut butter ready, and you have 3 cups of uncooked, unflavored oats. You could do flavored if you want, but I prefer to just do unflavored because it just makes it a lot easier. And okay. So what I'm going to do is let that sit just a little bit. The cocoa is not really coming apart like it should. Probably because I'm using a little crock pot instead of a stovetop. Usually try and use the gas burner works a lot easier than the electric burner, so if you have a stovetop, then that'll help. That's what my grandmother had whenever I made them in Houston for Thanksgiving. And I think that's probably why they came out so great, because my cousin's boyfriend told me that they were like the best cookies he's had in a long time, made of the oatmeal, and that made me feel really, really happy and everything. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is since it's not really boiling like it should, I'm just going to go ahead and show you. You're going to take your peanut butter, and you take the 1/2 cup of peanut butter, and you're going to scoop it out and get as much out of the cup that you can. And the peanut butter is what will hold the cookies together. And it is pretty messy, so you just gotta kind of prepare for that. And just scoop it out. Okay. And then take the oats, and I'm just going to use this cup since I already have it. I'm going to do 3 cups of oats, so that's a 1/2. And then that's 1, 2, 2.5, and 3. Okay, so now that we did that, we're going to stir it all together, mix it up, and it's almost ready. Now these aren't going to be like what they should because it didn't really boil right. They're going to be pretty messy and really gooey. But I did make some last night, and they're really good. Okay. And you want to set out a sheet of wax paper. This is what you're going to spoon your cookies out onto whenever they get ready. And you'll take it off the heat, and I'm all messy now. Okay. And then just take your spoon and start spooning it. And if you need to find the recipe for this, all you have to do is go online to www.quicktreatsandeats.com, and you'll find all the recipes that I've ever done for this show. And these cookies are really good. I hope you guys enjoy them. And you can join us next week where I show you how to make peppers.